In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about push notifications and SMS marketing within Omnisend. Now, full transparency, this video is sponsored by Omnisend, but I can 100% stand by their products. We are actively pushing some of our customers to move over from Klaviyo, because let's be honest, that's where the majority of people are coming from, into Omnisend, because it has pretty much all the functionality that you have within Klaviyo, and it does it for a significantly more affordable price. Now, let's get into the video. I'm going to show you how to do this. Quick note, this is part of a school training program. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there is a full training module on everything you need to know Omnisend, completely for free in my school community. Check that out. There's a link in the description along with an Omnisend sign up link too. Check both those things out. Let's get into the video. Okay, so before we dive into Omnisend specifically, let's quickly establish why push and SMS actually matters, because you need to know, right? Email is great, okay? But the reality is average email open rates sit between about 20 to 30%. Now, if you work with an agency like mine, you're probably getting closer to 40 to 50. But even then, that means for every 100 people on your list, 50 people at best aren't even seeing your message, okay? Now, with push notifications and SMS, it's a totally different space, right? SMS open rates regularly hit 90% or above, okay? And push notifications land directly on someone's browser screen, so no inbox, no spam folder, nothing like that. Now, the reason most small e-commerce stores don't use these channels is because historically you needed separate tools and separate lists and a whole other tech stack, and it just becomes like it's a total pain in the ass to manage, okay? Where Omnisend kind of comes in is they amalgamate all of this under one platform, and they do it at an incredibly affordable rate, okay? So let's break down, first of all, the SMS setup process. So if you go into store settings on the left-hand side, SMS, you can generate a phone number. Okay, and this is for the US specifically. It's really important to understand every locale or country has different SMS rules. For most of you watching this, you're going to be playing in the US-Canada market. This here, generating the phone number directly within Omnisend, will unlock a US-based phone number, okay? If you already have a toll-free number, you can bring it over, or you can just generate a phone number just like this, all right? So we're going to go ahead and hit generate phone number, and then you can verify the number here. Okay, I'm just going to take you here, and it's going to enter your business contact information. So you need to make sure this is validated, and once it is, you will then have unlocked SMS. Now you can configure your sending rules here as well, and I recommend actually keeping these set, if not adjusting them a little bit more to be more strict. So I wouldn't recommend sending SMS messages between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m., by the way, just as a rule, but you can adjust that a little bit as well. So when you build SMS into your flows, they will dynamically delay according to the local time zone, not your time zone, but based on the customer's time zone. Now, Omnisend will pull that data using IP addresses, or if it has the purchase data, it can pull it from that as well, all right? And then here you can limit the number of SMS messages a customer receives per day. Honestly, I'd probably change this to 1. Don't send more than 1 SMS message a day to somebody. It can be a real pain if you send them more, okay? So that's how you use SMS. Now, we have a sign-up form strategy separately for capturing SMS. Check out, if you're watching this on YouTube, join the school community, but check out the building and growing your list module. And within that, you have a Miro board that breaks down how to create an SMS opt-in form completely for free. Isn't that crazy? Did I just give that away? Okay, so that's how you set up SMS. But let's set up web push notifications within Omnisend as well. Click push notifications, and you can collect your push channels and reach them right from their web browsers, all right? So collect push channels, all right? Turn on push notifications, and then they're now active for collecting subscribers, okay? So what push notifications are essentially those notifications that drop down, and when you enable them, okay, when people go onto your website, it'll ask them to allow push notifications, and then it can send them the notifications directly from within their browser, even if they're not on your store at that exact time. Now, just want to caveat this. Push notifications are only available for Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and Shoplaza stores. Not available for Wix yet, and it is available on the free plan, by the way. So pretty sick, but you also have to make sure that it's showing up on right browsers. Obviously, Safari blocks pretty much all of that stuff. You can get a full breakdown of how everything actually breaks down and works properly, but it's also going to differ according to the platform that you're on. So I was showing you for a Shopify store, so it's really easy if you're just on Shopify to go through those steps and those processes, but you can also manage your push notification subscriptions in the following way, all right? You're essentially going to be having it relative to the individual who's allowing push notifications. So it's basically going to show up like this, okay? Push notifications is going to show up and you're going to click allow, or you can just have it, they can change it according to, where they, what settings they actually set, okay? And you can play around with push notifications in two ways, from campaigns and from automations. So if you hit click campaign or click create campaign, God, I made it, there we go. You can click create notification, okay? And then you can have it as a campaign, title, and then you can have the text and the icon set up there. And that's a push notification campaign. A little bit different from a push notification automation. So you go custom workflow, just create a draft one here, okay? On the left-hand side, you've got push notification. Boom, there you go. So if they've opted into push notifications and they're on their browser, you can push and have it show up just here. Really cool, all right? You can add your images, you can add your text, destination URLs, really cool. So if it's in like the welcome series, for example, you can have a push notification that shows up that says, hey, don't forget to use your discount code XYZ. Okay, really, really cool way to do that. So that's push, all right? Push works really well, all right? When they opt in, they are 100% opted in, and they are definitely going to see it, and they're gonna work when your website isn't even open, okay? So unlike them being on your site, or unlike them being in their inbox or being on their SMS or phone number, they're gonna see that notification come in as long as they're on the internet, just like this, all right? So that's pretty cool. Push notifications work probably better in the automations. I don't have them outlined here, as this is a relatively new feature in the sign up form module, or rather in the automation module, which you can see right here. But you can interlace them into pretty much any automation that you want, and I definitely recommend doing it in your abandonment flows. I definitely recommend doing it in your price alert flows if you have those, and I definitely recommend doing it in your post-purchase flows, okay? You can use it to request reviews, show related products after an order is placed, all sorts of really, really cool stuff. Push is a pretty significant needle driver. A stat that really stands out to me is a brand called Avoco generates 20% of their total revenue from push notifications alone inside of Omnisend, okay? That's a channel most of their competitors aren't using. And believe it or not, you talk to most email marketers and most brands, they're not using push. And so you're able to cut through a lot of the noise. Now, let's talk about SMS, all right? We've already gone through the process of setting up our SMS number. There are two ways you can use SMS, campaigns and flows, all right? Personally, I actually have a full flow outline that I'm gonna include for free, all right? Let me get this up here. Where are you? In the school community. This is a link here that shows you the flows that you can create for SMS. So you can literally take this and go through the exact same exercise that we went through in the automation task over here and build out these SMS automations, okay? You have the welcome series, you have the abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, fulfilled, in transit. You can use a lot of SMS for transactional stuff, by the way, as well. Canceled order, refunded order. And I've also highlighted the type of campaigns I recommend using SMS for. Personally, I only use SMS for my clients when it comes to sales, restocks, and product release. SMS is a revenue driver, but it's quite hard to educate people through the use of SMS, just due to the character restrictions you have. So if you're thinking about implementing SMS into your marketing strategy, build out these flows, which you have access to for free in the description of this video, right here. I'm gonna show you it right now. Resources mentioned. You have access to this right here. All right. And for those campaigns, flows and campaigns. All right. That's pretty much it. And if you want to learn how to actually capture SMS marketing and consent properly, not through the regular standard sign-up form process I see so many stupid agencies promote, watch the Building and Growing Your List module. And in there, click the resource that I gave you. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.